If you're wanting a full breakdown of what's happening here in the Johns Creek real estate market, you've come to the right place, as we're taking a deep dive into the numbers and what's going on this last month here in Johns Creek, and we're doing it right now. Let's do it. What's up, everybody? My name is John McCoy, Keller Realty, Chattahoochee North. Been a realtor for 12 years, Atlanta native for 45. And if you're here looking for Johns Creek, Georgia numbers, you've come to the right place, as I love giving you, my audience, the best numbers and the latest numbers out there so you can be informed when it comes to making your purchases, to buying and selling real estate here in Georgia. And of course, I'm a realtor here, and if you're looking to buy and sell, I'd love to be your realtor of choice. So my contact information just popped up, but you can also find it below in the description. Well, without further ado, let's jump into these Johns Creek, Georgia numbers, and let's see what's happening in this market. All right, so here we are, general overview of Johns Creek, Georgia, the latest numbers here, what was happening last month. Of course, in December, we know, the market kind of slows down November, December, just because of the holiday season. But one surprise pointing out in this overall market right here is look at this inventory, how low that is, 1.23 months. For single family homes, this may be the lowest inventory of anywhere in Atlanta. It's the lowest inventory of all the markets that I've seen so far and been studying. So interesting number there. 98.4% sales to list price ratio here. So sellers are getting about 1.5% less on the median than what they're listing it for, but getting a good amount. 18 days on market. We're less than 3 weeks on market for those that are closing. Median sold price of $709,000 here in Johns Creek. If I switch this up to the condo and townhome market here in Johns Creek, we're talking about 3.44 months of inventory. So still low, but much higher than what we're seeing in the single family market. 98% sales to list price ratio. So you're getting about 2% less than what you're listing for out there. And then 49 days on market. Median sold price of $520,000. We take a look here. So this is a look at all the new listings that popped up. So kind of what's happening with the activity going here. So last month, 37 new homes came on the market for single family homes in Johns Creek. The median list price of those homes was $749,999 there. If I switch this over to condos and townhomes, we're looking at just 8 properties came on the market. There's not a lot of condos in Johns Creek, definitely some townhomes, but definitely not as many. So 8 new properties, median list price of $494,900 here. If you're watching this video and you're looking to list your home and you kind of want to know what the maybe value is of your home, I put a link down below. Click on it, you fill in your information, and you'll get an instant value for your home. Of course, if you put your information in, yes, I'm a real estate agent, I will contact you. Some of you out there may just be looking to just put it in there just to get an idea. You're not looking to sell right now, and that's perfectly fine. You want to kick the tires a little bit, awesome. If you are looking to sell within the next year or so or less, when I contact you, I'd love to talk with you more, get over to your home, take a look at it, give you a more accurate idea of what your home could sell for. But that is below. Again, not going to bug you, but I will contact you if you do put your information in below. Like I said, keeping it real here. So again, that link's below. Let's continue on. Active listings. So coming into this end of December, coming into January, what's going on? How many active? So we had 82 properties for single family homes active and on the market in Johns Creek, Georgia. It's a decent amount. $799,000 is the sales median list price of these homes. 62 days on market. It's the median days on market for those homes that are active. So, they're staying around a lot longer than those that have been sold. We're looking at condo townhome market. Those 37 properties on the market, median list price of $585, and 69 days on market for those. So again, for the active homes, the median, you have those homes that have been on market longer, so it's raising that up. And of course, all these homes, we see a median list price of these, but this is not the sold price. It's just what they're currently on the market for. Okay, now we're going to go to pending listings. So now we start getting some more detail of what's actually happening in the market. So this gives us a little bit of a story. This is homes that are under contract. So for single family homes, we have 48 homes under contract in Johns Creek, Georgia in the month of December. That median list price of those homes was $755,000 for that median list price. Isn't the sold price? This is just what the list price of was for these homes that went under contract. It's a decent bit higher than that median sold price that we saw earlier at 709. So even though it can be anticipated, since the sales to list price ratio has been below 100%, that this number will come down. It's probably going to be higher than what we see as the median sold price for this last month, come January. 48 properties under contract, we said. 37 days on market for the median days on market for those that are under contract. I go over here, condo and townhome market. Let's kind of see what's going on. So 7 homes went under property in December. Not a ton, but we only had 8 new ones show up for listings, if I remember correctly. So they're going under contract at a decent pace. $460,000 is the median list price, and 26 days on market for those that have gone under contract. So much faster when they're going under contract than just the median of what are currently active. Better picture we get to see is in the sold listings. We'll stay here a little bit longer on this one. So median sold price 709. We already talked about that. 46 properties sold in the month of December. 98.36% is the sales to list price ratio. 18 days on market is what it took for these to get under contract for once they were on the market, and then obviously eventually closed. So kind of looking at this graph here, we're looking at the sales price here. As always, we've seen this from 2019 to the 22 to 23 mark. We see a general trend going up here, and then some leveling off. We see a peak here in May of 2023 at 805. In 2024, we see it at 800, and then this highest peak here is at 819 this last May. So a little bit of trend going up. When I look at trends, I like to look at the peaks and the valleys. Biggest valley here was in November of 2023 at 603. Let's see what happened last year. So last year we were at 690,000 as the median sales price, and for this year we're at 709. So definitely an increase in the amount. Not craziness that we saw back here, but still going up at a decent amount. Number of properties on the market, not surprising, or that have closed. We've seen this trend kind of go down, but look at this. We've seen this, so it's kind of gone down from the 2020, 21. A lot of people, not as many people selling, not as many people buying, but I've seen a leveling off in Johns Creek. We see a little bit more of an increase here for the number of properties being sold. So we're maybe coming closer to the bottom of just the activity of homes on the market plus homes selling here in the Johns Creek area, and may start to see that rise up some. I go to condos and townhomes. Sold price at $520,000. We had this crazy weird dip here in November, but there weren't a lot of properties that sold. So when you have really small numbers, that can cause a big variation there. But general trend going upwards here. And let's see what December was last year. So December of last year was 436,000 as the median sales price, and now we're at 520. So trend not as high of a peak of incline there when it comes to the trend here. So prices are going up, not as steep as single family homes, but I can still see the rise happening here overall when it comes to the Johns Creek market for condos and townhomes, which isn't necessarily surprising. They're more affordable, and a lot of people want to be in the Johns Creek area. So if that single family home isn't affordable, sometimes people will go to that townhome option. Let's see, 20 properties sold here, and it's kind of interesting. Yeah, we've seen a general trend downwards here with the peak being in 2021, but just because the number's so low, it's more or less stayed pretty steady for the number of condos and townhomes selling in Johns Creek. Gone down a little bit, but not too crazy. All right, last one to look at here is month supply of inventory. And again, as we've said over and over again, interest rates are kind of battling against inventory in terms of what's causing either home prices to go up or down. Now, bad news out there if you've been paying attention to rates. Anytime there's good news, economically speaking, in the market, it's actually bad news for rates. And there was good news in the job market. There was good news in the average salary out there had increased higher than the inflation numbers. And so that has all pushed up the rates. And now I'm seeing rates being around like 7.2. So rates are going up again, unfortunately. And so inventory, though, being this low has caused the prices to increase. So rates are causing people not to be able to buy as much of a home, which puts the pressure on the home prices to drop. But since inventory is at 1.23 months, it's so low, that causes prices to be kind of forced back up because of just the lack of options you have up there. So buyers still have a good grip on, sellers still have a good grip on the market. Definitely still a seller's market here. Let's see, if I compare it to last year, we're at 0.76 months of inventory. So at least it's gone up some, but super low inventory here in Johns Creek, Georgia. A lot of people staying put and a lot of people wanting to purchase here for those that can purchase right now. Let's see if I go over to condos and townhomes here. We saw that was at 3.44 months of inventory here, but this is strange. I don't know if you're seeing the same thing. I don't know what's going on here with this graph. It says it's at 3.44 months of inventory, but this axis doesn't line up with that. So I'm not quite sure the weird stuff that's going on in that graph. It actually says months. Yeah, I have no idea, because that's actually the low and this should be higher. So weird stuff going on here with our program here for some reason. But 3.44 months of inventory. Let's see what it was in December of last year. It was at 1.11 months, so gone up, but again, I'm not quite sure. Maybe if I try to refresh that. Let's go down here to condos and townhomes again and see. There we go. That was strange. So now this graph is matching up to months of inventory. So we're at 3.44 months of inventory. We've seen this huge jump here in Johns Creek. Again, new construction's pressing a lot of that for inventory here in Johns Creek, but still in and solidly in a seller's market still here in Johns Creek. But you do have more options based on the number of buyers out there for townhomes and condos than you do for single family. All right, so those were the Johns Creek, Georgia real estate numbers. But as we know, real estate is very much a niche thing, very much a local thing. So what can be happening in Johns Creek might look very different than what's happening in Duluth or Alpharetta or over in Marietta. So we always want to keep up with what's happening locally, and even more local when you're looking to buy or sell, what's happening in neighborhoods, what's happening in individual school systems for elementary or the high school system. So always make sure that you have the realtor that's in the know about these and are crunching the numbers and making sure that you know what's going on in these different markets. So what are you seeing out there? Are you thinking what I'm thinking, that prices are going to kind of steady out for this year? I've said that over and over, and we're seeing it especially with these interest rates jumping back up. I really think prices, the predictions from a lot of the experts out there were 4% raise, and that Atlanta would be one of the hotter markets around the U.S. I don't doubt that Atlanta might be one of the hotter markets just because of how many people are moving here and the jobs. But with that said, I still think that home prices and values are going to stay between like 1% to 3%. I don't see any major jump in home prices this year. They might stick with inflation numbers, which I think the last I saw was like 2.7%. So it wouldn't surprise me if somewhere in there that the numbers just stayed at the rate of inflation. Be interesting to see. Love to hear your thoughts. And of course, if you're looking to purchase a home or sell a home now or in the near future here in Johns Creek or any of the cities around Atlanta, give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email. Would love to talk with you more and be your realtor of choice when it comes to making that move or selling that home here in the Johns Creek area. So thanks for watching. Be on the lookout for more Johns Creek videos every month, as well as other videos that are dropping weekly on other metro cities, on Atlanta as a whole. I've already dropped the single family numbers for all of metro Atlanta. And of course, for tours around Atlanta to give you an idea of what it's like to live in places like Johns Creek. So thanks for watching. See you next time.